Now, Stormwatch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreth.
Welcome back to Newswatch 12 midday. Right now you're taking a live, very clear look at Yreka. This view is coming courtesy of the Rain Rock Casino. Thankfully, for the time being, air quality is good in the Shasta Valley, but I think that is poised to change a little bit later today. We're in the low 70s right now in Yreka. In fact, most of us inland are near 70 degrees. Much cooler along the coast in Curry County, though, where the marine layer is finally back. Let's go ahead and show you what happens to the smoke a little bit later today, and we'll stop this right around 5 p.m. And you can see some thicker smoke starting to get into portions of southern Josephine County and western Siskiyou County. So this is why I'm thinking that maybe some of those football games, the kickoffs, could be in question in portions of the Illinois Valley and in the Klamath River Valley. And then a lot of this stuff is going to spread even further towards the east overnight, and so that means that a bunch of thick smoke could eventually filter into the Shasta Valley. And unfortunately, the smoke situation gets even worse into Saturday because winds will shift out of the south and west. At least upper level winds will shift out of the south and west. And so that'll bring that plume into portions of the Cascades now and into the Rogue Valley. And also, the SOU game is supposed to kick off at some point tomorrow, and I think that maybe that could be in jeopardy because of the smoke as well. And so the bottom line is that our air quality is going to look much worse tomorrow as opposed to today. But speaking of today, I think we're going to go without a lot of haze in the Rogue Valley up until the late afternoon, early evening. That's when some of the lighter haze could start to filter in. But for the time being, good air quality. You can see how temperatures are really going to toast up as we head into the afternoon. We'll be about 10 to 15 degrees above average for this time of the year, which means that we'll be in the mid-80s to the east of the Cascades, middle 90s for the Shasta Valley, but much closer to 100 degrees in the Rogue Valley. And then we'll be right around 70 along the coast in Curry County, much cooler because of the presence of the marine layer. And then for tonight, smoke becomes much more widespread into the Shasta Valley. Could have some haze west of the Cascades. Should be some pretty good air quality to the east of the Cascades. And other than that, overnight lows will be maybe just a smidge warmer compared to what we saw for this morning. So we'll be in the low to mid 40s to the east of the Cascades, middle 50s for the Shasta Valley, near 60 for the Rogue Valley, middle 50s along the coast in Curry County, where we could have that very interesting mixture of some marine layer clouds and also some haze from the Anvil fire. Like you saw in the smoke forecast, smoke becomes much more widespread into Saturday for the Rogue Valley. Well, not just for the Rogue Valley, for everywhere, but a lot of thick smoke in the Rogue Valley for Saturday. And then our smoke model doesn't go all the way out to Sunday, but I would put my money on the fact that we'll have some sort of air quality reductions. We'll be a little bit cooler for Saturday and Sunday, but still pretty hot for this time of the year. But then we get a cold front passing for the Monday to Tuesday time frame, and we'll finally feel much more fall-like in a Wednesday and Thursday. So that's going to do a couple things. Unfortunately, it's not going to bring us much in the way of rainfall, but cooler temperatures mean that we'll see some less active behavior from existing fires, and hopefully the cold front will bring along some winds that can maybe clear out some of the smoke. But in the meantime, fire weather impact still critical, elevated to critical, especially for this weekend. Now, I'll show you a little bit later in the show just how dry our fuels are actually going to be. Here's a 7-day forecast for the coast. The forecast, other than the smoke partially clearing out over the weekend, it really doesn't change over the next 7 days as highs are going to stay right around 70 degrees. Then for Siskiyou County, a little bit cooler over the weekend, then much cooler as we head into next week. Of course, we're going to see much more widespread smoke as we head into this evening. For the Klamath Basin, we'll also see some more tangible air quality impacts starting on Saturday due to the shifting of the winds. Same thing for the mountains, much cooler in the next week. And then for the Rogue Valley, we do get a little bit cooler into the weekend, much cooler next week. But of course, we'll be watching the expansion of the smoke into tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Josh. So we're kind of slowly but surely, headed into the fall weather, but we have to get over the little
I think we're
summer-like hump.
Yes, we're going to be going over the hump this weekend, and then hopefully fall is going to be here to stay after that. But we've gotten teased by fall a couple different times this month, so we'll see.
Fingers crossed. All right. Thank you, Josh.
Of course.